Amsterdam, the city of bikes, the city of canals, and one of the most colorful stops in Europe. Today, we're exploring the 10 most iconic landmarks of this vibrant city. Ready? Let's begin. Welcome to the City Bucket List. In each episode, we explore a new city, discovering its most iconic places. With illustrated maps, I share must-see locations and little travel tips that make exploring easier. Every story is an inspiring city adventure. Before we start our route, let's take a quick look at Amsterdam. It's the capital of the Netherlands, small yet full of life, with a population of around 900,000 people. When you think of Amsterdam, what comes to mind? Canals, historic houses, museums, and of course, bicycles. The 17th century Canal district is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The currency is the euro, and the language is Dutch. On the city's red and black flag, you'll see 3 white X's, representing the Cross of St. Andrew. It's a symbol you'll spot all over the city. Amsterdam is made up of several main areas. Centrum, the historic heart of the city, home to Dam Square, Central Station, and the Red Light District. Canal Belt, famous for its bridges and narrow canal houses. Museum Plain, the Cultural Square, where you'll find the Rijksmuseum and the Van Gogh Museum. Jordaan, known for its bohemian streets and cozy cafes. De Pape, a multicultural neighborhood with the lively Albert Kuip Market. Across the IJ River lies Amsterdam Noord, home to the Filmmuseum and a dam lookout. Other districts are quieter, filled with parks, local life, and shopping streets. And of course, the bicycles. Today, there are more than 1 million bikes for just 900,000 people. But it wasn't always like this. In the 1960s, the city was full of cars. Traffic accidents kept rising until people took to the streets shouting, "The bicycle is our right." Slowly, Amsterdam transformed into the cycling paradise we see today. In short, Amsterdam may be small, but every corner tells a story, where history and modern life blend perfectly together. We begin our route with one of Amsterdam's most iconic landmarks, Centraal Station. Opened in 1889, this massive train terminal was designed by architect Pierre Cuypers, the same mind behind the Rijksmuseum. With its neo-Renaissance red brick facade and ornate towers, it impresses every visitor at first sight. But here's the fascinating part. The entire building stands on 8,600 wooden piles, driven deep into Amsterdam's marshy ground. That's how it manages to stay upright after more than a century. Today, over 200,000 passengers pass through this station every single day. Inside, beyond the trains, it feels like a small city, filled with shops, cafes, and restaurants. Travel tip: take the free ferry right behind the station and cross the IJ River. In just 5 minutes, you'll reach the Filmmuseum and get one of the best water views of Amsterdam. Our second stop is Amsterdam's oldest building, the Oude Kerk, which means Old Church. It began as a small chapel in 1306, and over the centuries, it became the spiritual heart of the city. Its Gothic architecture and massive stained glass windows make it truly stand out. Back in the day, sailors would come here to pray before setting out to sea. Its bell tower is one of the tallest in Amsterdam. But here's the interesting part. Today, the church is not just a place of worship. It also hosts art exhibitions and contemporary installations, blending history with modern creativity. Travel tip: look up at the church's wooden ceiling. It's still the original structure, beautifully preserved for more than 700 years. Our third stop? Dam Square, the most famous square in Amsterdam. Here, you'll find the magnificent Royal Palace, the Nieuwe Kerk, or New Church, the famous Madame Tussauds, the large De Bijenkorf shopping center, and at the very center, the tall National Monument. But let's talk especially about the Royal Palace. It was designed in 1648 by architect Jacob van Kampen. Originally, it wasn't built as a royal residence. It was meant to be the city hall, and at the time, it was the largest administrative building in all of Europe. Later, it became part of the royal family's estate. Today, it's still used for official ceremonies, and visitors can explore its interior. Inside, you'll find a massive marble world map, symbolizing Amsterdam's power as a seafaring nation. And in the middle of the square stands the National Monument, built in 1956 to honor those who lost their lives during World War II. It even contains soil brought from different regions of the Netherlands. The sculptures on its surface represent the nation's journey, from war to freedom. Our fourth stop, the Anne Frank House. This is the home where Anne Frank and her family hid for 2 years during World War II. Anne's diary became a powerful symbol of both the fear and the hope that defined those dark times. As you walk through the museum, you can see the bookshelf door that once hid the secret annex, Anne's original diary, and the rooms where the family lived in silence. Everything has been carefully preserved exactly as it was. Travel tip: make sure to buy your tickets online in advance. They're not sold at the entrance, and they often sell out weeks ahead. Our fifth stop, the Nine Streets, or De Negen Straatjes. This is one of the most characteristic areas of Amsterdam. Along its narrow streets, you'll find boutique shops, vintage stores, bakeries, and small cafes. Here, it's not about big international brands. It's all about local designers and unique creations. But what makes this area truly special isn't just the shopping. It's the houses themselves. You can see these iconic canal houses almost everywhere in Amsterdam, but here you'll find some of the most beautiful examples. Their narrow and tall shape dates back to the 17th century tax system. Back then, property tax was based on the width of the house facing the street, so everyone tried to build their homes as narrow as possible, but tall and deep instead. And look up at the rooftops. Those decorative facades are called gables. Some are stepped, some are bell-shaped, others are neck gables. Each one reflects a different architectural style and the status of its original owner. You'll also notice the hooks hanging from the top of the facades. They're not just decorative, they're still used today. Because the staircases inside these houses are so narrow, furniture has always been lifted through the windows using those hooks. Even now, the same method is used when people move in or out. Travel tip: take your time here. Step into the little boutiques, grab a coffee or a slice of cake, and simply wander. For the best photo spots, head to the corners of Rijstraat or Volvenstraat. Our sixth stop, the Rijksmuseum, Amsterdam's largest museum and truly the cultural heart of the city. It's located in Museumplein, the museum square, which is also home to the Van Gogh Museum and the Stedelijk Museum. But let's focus on the Rijksmuseum itself. It was designed in 1885 by architect Pierre Cuypers, the same genius behind Centraal station. With its blend of neo-Gothic and Renaissance styles, it looks like a cathedral devoted to art. Inside, there are more than 8 million works of art. Some of the most famous include Rembrandt's masterpiece, The Night Watch, Vermeer's The Milkmaid, and the portraits of Frans Hals, along with dozens of treasures from the Dutch Golden Age. Beyond the paintings, you'll also find Delft ceramics, historic ship models, and a must-see library section. This library is as stunning for its design as it is for its collection, filled with warm light, wooden details, and shelves that seem endless. Travel tip: the museum gardens are free to visit. Sometimes you can even catch a live music performance there. If you're lucky, the incredible acoustics make it an unforgettable open-air concert experience. Our seventh stop, Vondelpark. Amsterdam's largest and most famous park. When it first opened in 1865, it was actually known as the New Park. Later, when a statue of the Dutch poet Joost van den Vondel was placed here, people began calling it Vondelpark, and the name stayed. Today, for the people of Amsterdam, this place feels like the city's backyard. The park is filled with ponds, bike paths, picnic areas, and even a special rose garden with more than 70 different varieties of roses. In the 1960s, it was a gathering place for hippies and open-air concerts, and even today, it still hosts live performances throughout the summer. Travel tip: take a moment to sit in one of the cafes inside the park, enjoy a drink, and simply soak in the atmosphere. Our 8th stop, the Rembrandt House Museum. The famous painter Rembrandt lived and worked in this house for 20 years, from 1639 to 1658. The most special thing about this museum is that the house has been preserved exactly as it looked in the 17th century. In his studio, you can see Rembrandt's brushes, painting materials, and even the space where he taught his students. You'll also find etchings, sketches, and period furniture, all bringing his world back to life. Rembrandt bought this house by taking on a large debt, but when he couldn't repay it, he went bankrupt and lost the property. Centuries later, in 1906, on the artist's 300th birthday, the house was turned into a museum. Today, you can still watch live printmaking demonstrations in his workshop, a rare chance to see the artist's technique in action. Travel tip: the museum may look small, but give yourself at least an hour to explore it fully. And don't miss the studio. It's truly the heart of the experience. Our 9th stop, the NEMO Science Museum. Located right on the IJ River, its massive green building looks like the bow of a giant ship and immediately catches your eye. This striking structure was designed by the famous architect Renzo Piano, and it opened in 1997. NEMO is a museum of science and technology, but it's far from traditional. It's filled with interactive experiments for both children and adults. You can test how electricity works, step inside giant soap bubbles, or take part in fun, hands-on science activities. Travel tip: the building was designed in such a way that its rooftop became one of Amsterdam's largest public terraces. From up there, you can enjoy an amazing view of the city and the IJ River, a perfect spot to end your visit. Our final stop, the Filmmuseum. It's located across the IJ River, and you can reach it easily by taking the free ferry right behind Central Station. Opened in 2012, this stunning building was designed by the Austrian architecture firm Delugan Meisel. With its futuristic white facade, it looks like a film frame frozen in motion, a true piece of architecture inspired by cinema itself. Inside, you'll find a vast collection dedicated to the history of film, from vintage projectors and movie posters to the archives of Dutch cinema and international productions. The museum also hosts regular screenings, exhibitions, and film festivals throughout the year. Travel tip: when the Filmmuseum first opened, it featured an exhibition of Stanley Kubrick's original costumes and set designs. Since then, it has become one of the most important meeting points for film lovers from around the world. We've completed our route, but there's still so much more to discover in Amsterdam. For art lovers, the Van Gogh Museum and the Stedelijk Museum are absolute must-sees. If you're looking for something more colorful, visit the Bloemenmarkt, the world's only floating flower market. For a quiet escape, Begijnhof is like a hidden courtyard right in the heart of the city. And for thrill seekers, head to the Edam Lookout and swing 100 meters above the ground with an unforgettable view of the skyline. If you want to experience art and street culture together, NDSM Wharf is the perfect spot. A former shipyard now filled with graffiti walls, creative studios, and urban energy. Red Light District. And for local flavors, Albert Kuip Market and Foodhallen are always the right places to go. Amsterdam isn't just about its canals. It's a city that inspires the world through art, culture, and flavor. In art, names like Rembrandt, Van Gogh, and Vermeer are the first that come to mind. But the Dutch art scene goes far beyond that, with Piet Mondrian's geometric harmony, M.C. Escher's mind-bending illusions, and Gerrit Rietveld's modern design shaping visual culture across the world. In music, artists like Tiesto, Armin van Buuren, and Martin Garrix bring Dutch rhythm to global stages, turning dance floors into living, breathing energy. And on the brand side, names like Heineken, Philips, and Booking.com were all born here in Amsterdam before spreading across the world. When it comes to flavors, don't miss the stroopwafel, the sweet and crispy Dutch classic. Try the mini pancakes called poffertjes and the legendary street snack patat, served with your favorite sauce. Amsterdam, a city built on canals, with an energy and a unique spirit best discovered on foot. Lose yourself in its streets, because the most beautiful places are always found by chance. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. For our next stop, turn on notifications.